Hello everyone. Okay, so this is just a really quick one. It's something which one of my viewers pointed out, and it's super useful. So I thought I'd tell you. Recently, I copied the trader Fastic, and I was worried that he was using too much leverage in long-term trades, and that would incur fees. Obviously, when you use leverage in a trade, you get overnight fees and weekend fees, and they can really stack up. The more leverage you use, the more fees you can have. And someone pointed out that Fastic may be doing this. So you can look through his portfolio here, and you can sort of see some of his trades. I'll go into, for instance, you can click into one, and I can't see any leverage in that one. Hold on, no. What I have to do is not in my copy. Sorry, I have to go to his portfolio, his actual portfolio. So I click on his thing. This is his profile within the site. I can go to his portfolio, and then let's say this one here. I can click into that. And I can see, look, he's using leverage. I can't see it from the copied view in my portfolio, but if I go to his actual portfolio, I can see he's using leverage. So that might be incurring fees. What I can look at is when he started it. So this was started on 25th, 19th of the 4th, January, February, March, April, 19th of April with times 5 leverage. Now, it's November now, or December, it's the 1st of December. So that's been open for a long time with leverage. It might be incurring fees, okay, over time. And I got worried about this, and I thought, well, I could check all of the individual fees by going to his profile and seeing, yes, he probably does incur fees. But how's that going to affect my copy position? Because obviously, if I copy him, I'm going to get the same fees that he does as well, because all of the fees and the charges, when you copy someone, you're subject to them as well. You're copying his positions. If he's getting fees, you're getting fees. So if I go to my portfolio again, here I can see my copy with him. Now, two things. One, it says I've invested that much. I'll show you how to see how much you've really invested in a minute. But here it says units, average open invested, profit and loss percentage, and value. These are sort of the default columns that we have in the portfolio view. I can change them, alright? So if I want to see how much in fees any of the people I'm copying are costing me, I go here, this cog button, I can click down. Now what this shows is all of the headings for the current columns that are being shown in my portfolio. Units, average open invested, profit and loss, so that's dollars and percentage. So remember, units, average open invested, P&L. If I go back, units, average open invested, P&L, and then the other one. So that shows the current column headings, okay? That's what's happening. If I click on anyone, let's say I click on units, and instead of units, I want to see, it just shows this other screen. This other second screen is basically things you can see instead. So I'm going to choose fees, okay? I press X, and I go back, and boom, the unit column has now changed to fees. So by doing that, really simple, I know, but someone pointed out, it's really useful to me. Now I can check what fees, since I've started copying Fastic, he's cost me $2.28 in fees. And I can see that really quickly. I could also go to him in my portfolio and go down to the bottom and just see the fees. $2.28 he's cost me in fees. But a quicker way to do it is I can just put it in my portfolio view and see it there. Really, really useful to check if you're worried like I was, and I can sort of keep watch on how much fees. Jay obviously being smart, and he's actually giving me refunds. Sometimes when you trade something, it incurs overnight fees and weekend fees. You know, every day you hold it, there's a little thing. Go to the help page, go to the help section, type in fees, and you can find a list of all the fees. Other things, it's another thing people have asked me, other things actually give you a tiny bit of money back every day that you hold them. Yay, with credits, which is amazing. Anyhow, so Jay's invested in some of them. But that's an easy way to see what fees someone's causing you. Another one. Do you know how I was saying the other day that with Jay, I'd put money in and taken money out, and I'd use some for trading, and then he'd made me some profit, and I traded something else with that, and I'd messed about with with the money that I had copying him. So when I see invested, it sees here 1,473, and I've made that much profit. And the percentage is on that, you see, but really that's not the amount of invested. If you want to see the sum total of all the money you've put in, then you've taken some out, then you've put in, then you've taken out, and you want to see what the real amount of money you have actually put into that person is, again, you go here, remember the column heading is invested, you go here, I just go to invested, and I can change that to net invested. Net invested means how much have I really invested in that trader. If I've added up all the money I've put in, then I've taken some money out, then I've put net invested is the result. Again, I click X, and now it shows the net invested, 533.27. Now it's still calculating the profit and loss based on the overall invested, which is a bit silly. It kind of could change that. My profit and loss, 194.09, taken as a result of the net invested, shows how much profit he's actually made me. It's a lot more than 13.19%. So two simple things. There's a few things you can customize here, and kind of you can put a sell button in, a buy button. So I can change I can show how much leverage I've got in things instead of the sell button. Here now, the sell button has become leverage. I haven't got any leverage in anything, which is awesome. I'm going to change that back. I'm going to change it to a sell button. So there we are. You can customize it, really useful if you want to check how many fees you're worried that a trader you're copying is costing you fees. Just change that to fees and boom. And if you're worried about, you've put in money and taken out money and you want to see the real value of what you've taken out and put in and how much you're copying that person with, you can just change that to net invested and it shows you. I know they're simple, but they've been really helpful to me, so I thought I'd pass it on.